Hello, educators. Are you ready to dive into a powerful AI technique that can transform how you interact with large language models? Welcome to Chain of Thought Prompting for Teachers. First, let's briefly touch on what large language models, or LLMs, are. Think of them as incredibly sophisticated text-based AI. They're trained on vast amounts of text data to understand and generate human-like language. Now, while LLMs are amazing, they sometimes struggle with complex problems, especially those that require multiple steps of reasoning, just like a student might initially struggle with a multi-step math problem. This is where chain of thought prompting comes in. At its core, chain of thought prompting is about guiding the LLM to think step by step, just like we would when solving a problem. Instead of asking the LLM for a direct answer to a complex question, we prompt it to break down the problem into smaller, manageable steps and then to show its reasoning for each step. Think of it like a teacher asking a student to show their work in math or guiding them through a scientific inquiry. We're asking the AI to externalize its thinking process. So how does it work? We provide the LLM with a prompt that includes a few examples of how to solve similar problems, not just the final answer, but the entire thinking process. For instance, if we want an LLM to solve a word problem, we don't just give it the problem. We give it an example of a similar problem, along with each step taken to reach the answer. This training with step-by-step examples helps the LLM learn to generate its own chain of thought when faced with new, complex questions. It's like teaching a student a new strategy by modeling it for them. Let's look at a concrete example using a math problem. This is a common area where LLMs can benefit greatly from chain of thought prompting. Here's a simple prompt for a math problem. The LLM might struggle to get the correct answer directly, but with chain of thought, we provide examples of how to break it down. Notice the difference in the approach. Consider this. A school has 3 buses, and each bus can hold 40 students. If there are 100 students going on a field trip, how many buses are needed? A simple prompt might just give 3, but with chain of thought, the model learns to calculate total capacity, then compare it to the number of students. Let's try another example, this time involving a more everyday scenario, a baker and cookies. Imagine this problem. A baker made 20 cookies. She sold half of them and then gave 5 to her friend. How many cookies does she have left? Without chain of thought, an LLM might jump to an incorrect answer. With chain of thought, we'd prompt the LLM to think step by step. First, calculate half of the cookies. Second, subtract the cookies given to the friend. This guided process leads to the correct answer. So why is chain of thought prompting important for teachers? It's about empowering you to get more out of your AI tools. By using chain of thought, you can achieve improved accuracy, especially when asking LLMs to solve problems that require logical deduction or multi-step calculations, which is incredibly useful for creating educational content or assessments. Furthermore, it unlocks the LLM's ability to tackle more sophisticated problem solving, moving beyond simple information retrieval to true reasoning assistance. In essence, chain of thought prompting acts as a scaffolding tool for LLMs, allowing them to construct more robust and accurate responses, much like scaffolding helps students build their understanding of complex concepts. It's a game changer for effective AI integration in education.